If you have lots of space and pretty deep pockets, then LEGO is the hobby for you, and the top 10 largest LEGO sets will run you quite a bit of square footage in your home and quite a bit out of your bank account. We're going to count down the top 10 largest LEGO sets of all time. My name is Brian Saviano, aka Bricks O'Brien, and you may recognize a lot of the sets on this list, and it changes from time to time. LEGO has a tendency to come out with these big monstrous sets whenever they can. So whether you buy one set every 5 years or have to get every single thing as soon as it comes out, there's plenty to choose from with landmarks, specific themes, and lots of different variations among these 10 sets. Now, I obviously have my biases, and I'm sure you do as well, so be sure to put your favorite of these 10 in the comment section down below, and why that one is your favorite. And without further ado, let's get into number 10. The only one of its kind on the list is the LEGO Creator Roller Coaster, set number 10261, clocking in at 4,123 pieces and 11 minifigures released in June 2018. This set is another one in the Fairground line that LEGO has typically come out with one every single springtime. You usually get a modular and you get a Fairground set of some kind, although we didn't get one this past year. Hopefully we get one soon. And the roller coaster was the set that introduced a very highly requested piece among LEGO builders, because people have made roller coasters before using Technic pieces and other methods, but this was one of the only times that LEGO gave you a bunch of rail pieces to make your own custom roller coaster, and I couldn't be happier with how this set came out. This is one of my favorites of all time, except for the fact that it's actually incredibly repetitive on the inside. Actually, a lot of these sets that are on this list can be somewhat repetitive. All those columns in the middle are built almost the same exact way, so you're going to be doing that for quite a few of the steps, but it's going to take up a massive footprint and is incredibly cool whenever you crank that conveyor belt to bring the cars to the top and swoop all the way down. Number 9 on this list is the first landmark of the bunch. It's the LEGO Creator Big Ben, set number 10253 at 4,163 pieces, no minifigures, and it was released in July 2016. This does have quite a bit of repeating elements to it, but if you are from the UK, you absolutely want to pick this bad boy up. And standing at over 23 inches tall, the Elizabeth Tower and Big Ben is going to be a fantastic addition to your collection, especially if you visited the landmark for yourself in real life. Unfortunately, I can't say I have any personal connection to this set, but if you're looking to build a very comprehensive LEGO model, then this is definitely one that you want to pick up. Just like number 8 on this list, the LEGO Tower Bridge, in the same vein as Big Ben, you know, obviously from across the pond from where I am in Boston, Massachusetts. These two kind of complement each other. This is set number 10214, 4,287 pieces, no minifigures, and was released in October 2010. I can't believe that was a decade ago. It seems like this set had the most shelf life of any LEGO set on this list. It's incredible. And as awesome of a landmark as this is, I don't like this set personally because you're really building the exact same thing twice. But again, if you've been here and you want a LEGO set that's going to take up a lot of time, you just want to relax while you're watching a movie and you want to do something, then Tower Bridge would be a great set for you to build as well. But keep in mind, you're going to need quite a bit of IKEA shelving because this is over 40 inches long. And number 7 on the list is bringing it back to the 80s with the LEGO Ghostbusters Firehouse Headquarters, set number 75827 at 4,634 pieces, 9 minifigures, and it was released in January 2016. Obviously, Ghostbusters is one of the classic franchises from the 80s, and then this firehouse was a sequel to the Ecto-1 that came out in LEGO Ideas. So if you had the Ecto-1 and you had the 4 main Ghostbusters there, Well, pretty much this thing had everything else you could possibly want as a Ghostbusters fan. The interior of this set is absolutely incredibly detailed and shows so many references from the movie. I did end up building this myself. Even though I'm not a big Ghostbusters fan, I prefer Back to the Future, if I'm being totally honest. But for anyone that is a Ghostbusters fan, this is an absolute must-have. And number 6 on the list, we're taking it to outer space, baby. The LEGO Star Wars Ultimate Collector Series Imperial Star Destroyer. It's set number 75252, 4,784 pieces with 2 minifigures. It was released this past September 2019. I have built this set myself, and it's incredibly gray. That's what I have to say about it. I am not the biggest Star Wars fan in the galaxy, but obviously it's an incredibly impressive model. If you're a die-hard Star Wars fan and love the original trilogy, you absolutely have to get this one. And although the base of the Star Destroyer, where it's actually, held down, is pretty small, it takes up quite a bit of space. I've had to move this bad boy around my office more times than I would have liked to because I really don't know where to put it at all. And although the interior just has the structural parts to keep this thing together, it's incredibly heavy. It's actually one of the heaviest, if not the heaviest, LEGO set ever. If you can believe it, it's actually heavier in terms of box weight than the Millennium Falcon because a lot of this set is comprised of big plates, which obviously has, less pieces because they're bigger plates, but they do add up to more weight overall. And you know that I really don't like repetitive LEGO builds, and I'm glad to say that number 5 on this list is anything but repetitive. It's set number 70620, LEGO Ninjago City. 4,867 pieces, 16 minifigures, and it was released for the LEGO Ninjago movie back in September 2017. This thing has color, this thing is incredibly unique, has plenty of minifigures, there's so much going on. It seems like they just took a bunch of paint and threw it on a canvas, and it looks beautiful. There's like cyberpunk aspects to this, but it all seems to work pretty cohesively. And if you had the Ninjago City docks to go along with it, then you have quite the combination there. Even if you combine this with the other modulars you have in your collection, it still looks pretty good. It's just a beautiful model overall. So much detail packed in here, and especially it being Ninjago, a lot of people out there can appreciate the complexity and intricacies of this build. Now, what is the most iconic ship from the Star Wars franchise? Of course, it's the B-Wing. Just kidding. The LEGO Star Wars Ultimate Collector Series Millennium Falcon takes the number 4 spot on the list. It's set number 10179 with 5,197 pieces, 5 minifigures, and it being released over a decade ago in October 2007. A lot of the sets that are on this list have been released in the past 10 years, so, LEGO has had a more recent habit of coming out with these bigger sets, but this came out in 2007, so LEGO really set a precedent back then by releasing a set of this size when they did. This edition of the Millennium Falcon was something people were oogling for way back in the day, and it still holds its value pretty well if you happen to have one of these sealed in the box. Obviously, there's a older brother that we'll be talking about a little bit later, but this set really set a precedent for what to expect from LEGO in the coming years. Coming in at number 3 is the LEGO Taj Mahal. This got 2 releases, and I will go with the newer of the 2 releases because there was a singular piece added. So it originally came out August 2008, but then was re-released in December 2017. The first edition model number is 10189, the re-release is 10256, and the one piece that they added between the first and second edition is a brick separator, which is why the December 2017 release is counted as the number 3 on the list. So that one brick separator really made it stand out from its previous release. And as I have said a couple of times before, you know how I feel about repetitive builds. But if you've been to the Taj Mahal and you want an intricate build, then by all means go for it. This thing takes up plenty of space, so clear off your coffee table, ladies and gentlemen. This thing is 20 inches wide and 16 inches tall, so yeah, you're going to need quite the case or quite the coffee table for this bad boy right here. Going into number 2 is one of my personal favorites of all time. I will have an incredible amount of bias talking about the Lego Harry Potter Hogwarts Castle, set number 71043, 6,020 pieces, 4 minifigures plus a ton of microfigures, and it was released in September 2018, and this Harry Potter Hogwarts Castle really is the end-all be-all for massive Harry Potter sets. You can either go ahead and get all of the minifigure scale sets and combine them into one Hogwarts, but if you want one monstrous Lego set to toss up on a shelf and look at for years to come, this model is exactly what you're looking for. There is nothing repetitive about this build. You toss on the Harry Potter movies in the background, appreciate every room that's in here from the movies and the books, and you got yourself a really good time. And if you're a fan of things less in the magical realm but back into space, then you absolutely need to get the LEGO Star Wars Ultimate Collector Series Millennium Falcon from 2017. It's set number 75192, 7,541 pieces, 10 minifigures released in October 2017, bridging the gap between the original trilogy and the sequel trilogy. This set has anything you could ever want in a Millennium Falcon build. Incredible amounts of greebling all throughout the top and sides of the model. You have a fantastic selection of minifigures, including some porgs, so there you go. And people always like to discuss which one is the better set to get between this and the Imperial Star Destroyer, and to me, it has to be the Millennium Falcon. It is by far the most iconic ship from Star Wars. It has the most pieces, the most detailing, a fantastic selection of minifigures. To me, this is the end-all be-all Lego set and Lego Star Wars set to ever come out. So if you wanted to get one set that exemplified everything that Lego is, that's one incredibly expensive model, this one would be it, because it's $800 in the US of awesomeness. I have yet to get one myself, but I feel like it's one of those bucket list things for any Lego collector to get one of these sets and either build it and put it underneath their coffee table so you can appreciate it all the time, or just keep it pristine in the box because you know it's going to take you 40 hours to commit to making this set. But there you have the top 10 largest Lego sets of all time. Again, let me know which one of these is your favorite in the comment section down below. Without hesitation, I can say it's the Hogwarts Castle, but that's just my own bias talking. I want to hear what you have to say. So I want to thank you guys and girls for listening, watching, tuning in, and being bricktastic as always. My name is Brian Saviano, aka Bricks O'Brien. I'll see you again next time for another one of these type of videos or something else entirely different altogether. Have a great day. Bye.